What is going on, AZ Sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this beautiful Monday afternoon? Well, we're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals. Happy Victory Monday to everybody out there. If you're at work, if you are at school, hopefully, like I said a little earlier, you kind of walk in with a sense of pride, a sense of, dang, we really freaking are 2-0 right now. Absolutely super amazing, guys. This will be a call-in show. Just FYI, if you want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, all you need to do is get onto the link that's going to be pinned on this chat. This is going to be Victory Monday type of stuff, and I want to hear from every single one of you guys. I actually had a poll up on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube on my community tab. How are you guys are feeling? How's everybody gauging on and exactly what's going on with the Arizona Cardinals, and how are you feeling about it? And so far, we got 20 votes so far. The question was, are we playoff bound? Are you worried? Or, it's just week, 2. Don't think too much about it type of stuff. So I definitely want to kind of come down to the nitty gritty and really come down to see what you guys are feeling right now, because I think it's very important to hear what you guys have to say. So this is a call-in show, ladies and gentlemen. The link is in the description above there. I do ask that you do have your cameras on just to avoid any craziness. But if you are a regular caller, no worries. I know it's you. You don't have to have your camera on. You can keep it off. So I got my first guy up in here. Red Sea coming up clutch. Let me go ahead and bring you on. Red Sea, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's good?
What's up, man? Thanks for coming in here, being the first call in today. How are you feeling the day after week 2?
So, Skull Gaming. Hey, where you at, buddy? I told you we need that same energy. Where you at? You a no-show, man.
In his defense, he did show up yesterday, and he was talking all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yesterday. I wasn't home yesterday.
He was talking all sorts of crazy stuff, but how are you feeling?
Oh, man, it is so good to be on this side of the terrible kickers. It's so good to be on the other side. You see, and people don't know. I've spent like the past 2 hours arguing with some Vikings fans saying they're a better team. And I'm just saying, like, it's hard to be a better team when you're 0-2. It's hard to be a better team. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. I'm just saying. But I mean,
yeah,
like we
I agree.
We
Go ahead.
in the first half, I really thought we were gonna get blown out until the end of this first half, and then I was like, there we are, we're good. Second half, we really stepped up. We only allowed 13 points in the second half, which is crazy. So, I mean, as long as we don't come out flat again, we'll be pretty good, because that second half team is what we saw last week. That's the team we saw last week. First half team, not so much. Well,
yeah.
Most of the first half team.
What do you think happened? Why did we come out like that? Do you think it's just we was like, hey, this is going to be an easy game type of stuff? We weren't there?
I think it's partially that. Partially like, oh, hey, they lost their game. This will be an easy one. Oh, we stopped Derrick Henry. We'll stop Dalvin Cook. I mean, it's kind of like that. I mean, maybe they were just a little too hyped to play in front of the Red Sea again. Not me.
Right.
play in front of the fans again, because it's the first time that the stadium's been packed since pre-COVID. So, yeah, at least for a Cardinals game. I don't know if there's been a national championship game here or something, but
how do you feel about the amount of purple that we saw in the stands?
That made me mad. There was a lot of Vikings fans there. I thought there were more Vikings fans there than Cardinals fans. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, we're not in Minnesota. Where does this? This is not Minnesota. Why are there so many skull chants? But how's that kicker doing, man? How's that kicker? How's he looking? How's Greg Joseph? How you is?
Yeah, man, it is finally a lot better to be on the opposite side, just like you said it earlier in the stream, man. It feels good. Matt Prater with the 62-yard field goal. That was clutch, bro. Clutch.
If that was a play, that'd probably be our second longest play from scrimmage. That's ridiculous.
Agreed.
Also, Rondale Moore. Just gonna leave that there. And Jordan P. Before I go, Jordan P. I see you in the comments. Kyle Pitts. His team's currently 0-2 after getting blown out both games. How you like that? We 2-0 because we picked defense. How you like that? Jordan P. This is never gonna go away. I hope you know. Never gonna go away.
It's all good. I got Jordan P.
Me and
Go
RC,
ahead.
me and RC3, we sitting here, man, sitting here clutch. We was
Love it.
saying
All
pick
right.
defense. You were over here picking Kyle Pitts. Now they 0-2. How you feeling?
All right. I got my guy Jordan P coming up right next after you, Red Sea. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Later. All right, Jordan P's coming up here right now to see what he's talking about in terms of the Kyle Pitts. If you don't want to talk about it, no worries. But Jordan P, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? I didn't hear. What was he saying? I didn't hear.
Oh, he was just talking. He was just basically saying or how you like the whole Jordan Kyle Pitts and you wanted him in the first round, that type of stuff.
Oh, I still want Kyle Pitts. It's not a question. People say, "Oh, they look at the Falcons." I never knew a tight end or one corner is going to make the Falcons go from horrible defense, horrible coaching staff, horrible everything. One player doesn't do anything, so that makes no sense. Yeah, I think the game was, one of the craziest games we've ever had, and I think the defense, I feel like they were just riding too high on the moment of we stopped Henry, we looked awesome, we were elite, we could do great things. Chandler and JJ talking to each other, and then it's like, okay, now we got punched in the mouth in the first half.
Yeah,
and maybe it's something that we needed though, because eventually you're not going to beat everyone. You're not going to be better than every team you face in the 17-game season, 16-game season. You can even see it last year with the Bucks. They got ran off the field by, I believe it was the Packers. I'm not sure, but Brady threw so many picks and they just got obliterated. But look, they went on to win the Super Bowl and they've been undefeated since the bye week. So it happens, And the thing I'm happy about is that we showed that we can win even through so much adversity. The refs not calling penalties on the Vikings. And stuff like that. But let me see. I think Kliff, he needs to, because we're relying too. This is what I've been saying since Kliff has been, the coach, is we're relying too much on Kyler Murray to go out there and do something nobody else can do on this planet. Just run around and chuck up something, and that's most of the great plays we have this year. And I think he needs to create more plays, because when we face the Rams, when we face the Browns, when we face the Pack, that it's not always going to work. You got to create some plays that are going to be, short completions, easy passes for Kyler Murray to hit some open receivers.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what do you think of the defense just in that very first half? You think it was just because, hey, we destroyed the Titans and you think they just didn't show up? Because it was bad to see, man.
Oh, well, the thing is that, we all knew this, but we didn't want to know it, is that if the pass rush is non-existent, we're gonna struggle. Like, our corners are not that great. Byron's good, but he's already given up 2 huge plays already. The flea flicker in week 1, and then the huge play, like the second play of the game, bomb to their slot receiver for a touchdown. So, the pass rush is gonna have to be better. It will be better because it was almost non-existent, and especially against that Vikings O-line, it's not really that good. It's kind of like what happened there. But I guess they, with coach, they have a good coach, I think, and they cleaned up their penalties, something that we didn't do. The first drive penalties again. So I think it comes down to coaching, and they need to hold players accountable.
Yeah.
But Marco, I think he's fine. Like, I seen after the game, somebody posted a video of him like driving and having fun and celebrating. so he should be fine. And,
right.
I think some players that didn't get a lot of recognition that should have was Jalen Thompson for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Saved so many large runs with great tackles. On offense, Max Williams was, I don't know where that came from. But yeah, we're just gonna need to clean up some things, and next week, everybody just has to do their job, and hopefully, the refs are gonna be fair.
Right. So one thing about, like last year we were 2-0 and then we lost against a Lions team. And that's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I hope that doesn't happen again, but hopefully we learn. But brother, thank you so very much for being on, man. Appreciate you. Later. All right, man. So I got my guy Carter69 with the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Let me go ahead and get you the Betty White dab here.
Got him.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. As I don't know why you guys are hyped. We lost to a lucky miss, or we won to a lucky miss. Our defense was awful that game, and we had a horrible play calls. I get we won, but come on. Well, I definitely see where you're coming from, my friend. I definitely see where you're coming from. But I do think that when it comes down to wins, sometimes you won't get the most prettiest of wins, and sometimes the wins on the win column will be the lucky ones. And it really just depends on what happens in those one or two plays. And the Cardinals, were they lucky? Yeah, they absolutely were. But like I said, on my other stream here in week 5, we won't be talking about, week 2. We won't be saying like, oh, if that didn't happen, this happened. If this didn't happen, that happened type of stuff. So I honestly do think we kind of have to, be grateful because the ball went our way. And by week 5, that will be another win in the win column. And hopefully this win will help us get into the playoffs, because obviously we all know that we play in the NFC West, one of the strongest, best divisions of all of football. So yeah, I agree with you. We got lucky, and I agree with you that our defense looked absolutely terrible in the first half. I think that we did a lot better in the second half, but the problem for me was the non-pass rushing ability from our, Chandler Jones, JJ Watt, all that different type of stuff. We did have 1 sack, and it was from Marcus Golden. I think that it was very close for Chandler Jones to get a sack a couple times, but in the stat sheet, it is going to be for Marcus Golden. I promise you guys, by week 5, we won't be looking at this and saying, well, if this didn't happen, this happened. We got a W, and I think that's all it really matters here, is that we're 2-0 right now. Yes, it probably will matter in the next couple weeks, but best thing to take away from this game, in my personal opinion, yes, we got lucky, but our defense needs to clean up. We need to continue to apply pressure on quarterbacks. We just need to. Our cornerbacks will look great. Our cornerbacks will look better once our pressure is applied. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. That and Max Williams. Get Max Williams more involved. I want to see more Max Williams and see what he can do, because, hey, he proved to us that he can be a viable asset for Kyler Murray, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Let me give a big shout out to my new channel member coming up here. We got Spencer76 coming up clutch with the new channel membership. Appreciate you, man. Let me go ahead and get you the Drew Stanton Dan.
Got him.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for becoming a new channel member. That absolutely does mean the world to me and the channel. But yeah, that's what it is, boys and gals. Yes, it was an ugly win, but truth of the matter is we're still 2-0. We're absolutely still 2-0. So let's keep on taking to the comments, guys. Just FYI, if you guys do not know, this is a live call-in show. If you guys want to come on, the link is in the description, or I'm sorry, not in the description. The link is going to be pinned on the chat below. All you need to do is click on the link, and you should be able to jump on if you want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. I want to make sure we kind of, give everybody the fair opportunity to give their voice, to give their opinion on how they feel on this win moving forward. So if you want to come on, click the link above, and you should be able to kind of come through. All right, let's keep on reading to the comments here. YouTube GM says Rams looked really good still, but the Seahawks and the 49ers have major roster flaws. It's crazy that the 49ers are still going through the injuries that they're still going through. Like, they cannot retain a healthy running back to save their life. They absolutely can't. Another great thing about this weekend is the Seahawks did lose, so we're not the bottom of the division. We're tied up there at first with everybody. So if you guys want to come on through, just click on the link, boys and gals. That's all you need to do. I got my guy Ty Guy coming up next. Let me go ahead and get him real quick. Ty Guy, you are on. You are live. How are you feeling the day after, man?
Bro, it feels pretty good, man. Anytime you go 2-0 and you're on the opposite side of a field goal, amazing.
I agree.
I can't express when that field goal sailed the other way. It was just big sigh of relief. Also, nobody's mentioned a 62-yarder, bro. 62-yarder. Come on, Prater.
Right, exactly, man. You don't say, and I Red Sea talked a little bit about it earlier in the stream. We're kind of not used to this. We've had Canzero, we got Gonzalez that, obviously didn't work out, but Prater seems to be the man.
Oh, yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Rodney Hudson out there, bro, just holding that line. Everybody else collapsing around him, and he seems to be the only one holding his assignment.
I agree, man. I agree. A lot of people are talking about we got lucky with this game. Do you care, or how are you feeling about this win? Defense, whatever you want to talk about. Go ahead.
Bro, a win's a win, bro. I will always take the dub. Always got to take it. It's gonna matter later on in the season, like you were saying, when we get down into week 15, week 16, and those wins all count. You'll be happy to have this one, even if you think it's an ugly win.
Beautifully said, my guy. Appreciate you for being on here. I got my guy RC3 coming up here. Thank you so much, man.
No problem. You have a good one, man.
You too, man. Peace out. All right, perfect. RC3's coming up here. Let's get my guy RC3 in. RC3, brother, talk to me. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling a little bit scared.
Tell me why. Talk to me.
If we got to go by luck by the rest of this season about how we're playing, then we're in for a lot of trouble coming towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm looking at the stats. I told people that we still need DBs. Alfred's still stuck. He really stinks. Like, that's me point blank. Like, you had Thielen and you had Jefferson. You couldn't do the job. So that really scares me because we still got teams like the Seahawks and everybody else that's still up there. We still got to go through, like the Lockett's, the Metcalfs, and all of that we got coming up. So it really scares me because it's like if our front seven can't hold up like how they supposed to, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Especially everybody keeps saying, "Oh, well, Chandler Jones don't even have that many sacks." It's not one person that makes the team; it's a group effort that makes that team. Right. So I'm really, really, really like paranoid about the situation. Even though that we did get the win, we shouldn't have to keep going off of luck like that. It's bad. And if you notice, we got a lucky Titans team that caught off guard because when they came back, they wind up beating who? So they done retraced. Yep. And this is how they retraced their steps about doing everything they were supposed to do to make things better. And now it's like every time we play a team early, they're going to go towards our division. So it's good for us to play the teams in our division early. Right. So we don't want to be number 2 or number 3 because most of our offenses are ran the same, especially defense. So now they're trying to pick apart everything. But Dalvin Cook, he was, man. So
he was awesome, dude. I honestly was feeling so good coming into this game. I really was, but man, he really exposed our D-line. I thought we were going to have more pressure. You know, I think I was kind of buying into the hype of, man, our defensive line is so great, which I still think they're really good. But to see the Vikings basically handle us the way that they did, 1 sack on Kirk Cousins, bro, 1 sack.
But you know what the thing is, too? Mm-hmm. If people didn't know, if they do their homework, Minnesota had a top 10 offensive line last year. So they really didn't do nothing to end their offensive line. They just added more onto there. So who knows what they're going to finish out with later. So even though we had the defense that we actually had, it's still scary. I keep pressing this time and time again. I keep saying it's going to come down to our DBs. Our front 7 are good, but we still got to come down to our DBs. And once we deal with this, we can mess around and get cooked. I'm afraid Marco Wilson might be hurt for a long period of time. I'm afraid that like Tay Gowan and these guys that we actually have going to be hurt for a long period of time. I just don't want the game to come down to now Alfred is the main DB that we have to depend on when it's time for this to happen.
All right. That's fair. Perfect. I got my next guy coming up, RC3, dropping dimes like usual. Peace out, man. Later.
Right.
All right, guys, we got a next person here. We got a 49ers fan come through. Let's do this. All right, cool. 49ers Ultimate Report. John Jay, what's up, dude, man? How you feeling?
What's up, man? It's nice to finally meet you. I hear a lot of great things from you from CG Ruthless, my boy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. So I was watching a little bit of the Arizona and the Vikings game, and I'm going to say this. The Vikings, they don't scare me. You guys are actually proving me wrong because I was probably saying a lot of a lot of negative things about your organization because I'm a 49er fan.
Right.
I'm a diehard 49er fan. And I'm going to say this. I think the games against the 49ers are going to be way more competitive than I thought. So I'm going to basically stay quiet right now and just say to you guys, congratulations. That was a really, really good victory. Those tight games are the games that really show the character of a team. And I will say this to the Vikings, you guys are trying to go down the field, trying to win the game. And for the Vikings, you cannot mess up any type of, mistakes. And when you guys miss that field goal, it shows you why your team is the Vikings. You're probably, a decent team at best for me to say that. I think your quarterback is overrated, in my opinion, for the Vikings. But when it comes to Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray is a dangerous guy, not just in the pocket, but as a runner. So, but one thing about the 49ers that I will say about this, to beat you guys on the offense is to keep your quarterback in the pocket, because running quarterbacks give the 49ers a hard time, just like against Jalen Hurts. He gave us a hard time with his running ability. So congratulations to you guys. I just want to say congratulations to your organization. And then, of course, I'm becoming a fan of yours, man, because CG, he's a good guy. And when he says something good about you, CG, is probably the nicest dude. So even though I'm a 49er fan, I can go back and forth with you about football, about my team's better than you. I'm just joking.
No, that's fair, man.
But I came on here to, give a quick shout out for you Arizona fans. Check out my boy CG Ruthless Sports. He's a nice dude. He brings in Cardinals fans as well. He's a really good dude. And it's all because of you, AZ Sports. And I'm so glad that you give CG a voice on your platform whenever you guys host that NFC West game.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And I cannot wait till we play 49ers, man. Well, I'll get you back on, I promise. Peace out, man.
Okay.
All right, awesome. Let's get my next guy here. Let's see here. DA Carolina Crone. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Let me get my guy up in here right now. Hopefully I didn't butcher the name. How are you doing, man? Thanks for being here.
Carolina Crown. How you doing, man? Redbird gang, Zona all day. All day.
It. Awesome, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the win. Now, my main thing I want to ask the people, and I want to specifically ask you, why is it that Mahomes can improvise his coach's playbook and scramble and run and throw, and nothing is said about his coach and his play calling ability? But then when it comes down to Kliff Kingsbury, us as fans, we say, oh, they need to stop making Kyler run around and do this and that and the third. Yeah, Kliff Kingsbury has some kind of handle on when plays are called, but ultimately it's up to Kyler Murray to decide, okay, throw this away, scramble, do this. So you can't automatically put it on Kliff Kingsbury. He's trying, he's doing better. I just feel like we need to give him his flowers now, because we have seen way worse.
No, that's fair. I mean, I think we've been through the Steve Wilkes era. You know what I mean? We've been through that. And I think to answer your question, I think sometimes when fans see Sundays, Mondays or Thursday, it's an overreaction. You know what I mean? Football season is a very emotional time, especially for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm an overreactor. That's who I am by nature. So you want to have somebody to blame. And unfortunately, the best person to do that is because Kliff Kingsbury, he's a third-year head coach now. He hasn't really proved very much coming in here. But let me tell you this right now. I like what I'm seeing so far. And of course, if you get the wins, people start shutting up. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I understand that. But how do you feel about us not moving our receivers around and keeping basically, I feel like it's a illusion tactic. That's the word I want to use. Basically like a smoke screen, not moving our receivers, but having different routes being ran. Would you rather that continue to happen, or would you rather us move like Hopkins around? What's your take on that?
Great question. Honestly, I would love to move Hopkins around. One of the things that's kind of like, it's one of those, because it's like a double-edged sword type of stuff. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I love what we did during the Titans game. And it's so weird because week by week, we're looking at a completely different game plan. And that's the way that the coaches should be approaching, Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays with, hey, we're going to come in this game plan. If it ain't working, we got to switch this real quick because they know what we're doing. So I think the biggest test for Kliff Kingsbury coming into this year is, yes, we've seen this before. We've seen last year we started off 2-0, but we have an 0-2 team coming in here week 3. We got to make sure that we capitalize and make sure that we beat them, because we don't want another Lions situation like we had last year. And I feel like that was the kind of, not downfall, but the exposure of Kliff Kingsbury. So we need to make sure that we continue this great play on offense. Defensively was a little scarce. I wanted to see if I can get your take on the defense. How did you feel? Why Kirk Cousins was looking like Tom Brady yesterday?
When it comes down to the defense, we didn't want to let Dalvin Cook, because you gotta realize that Dalvin Cook and Henry, they're two different backs.
True.
Dalvin Cook for the Vikings is more like Chase Edmonds, but it can argue. I can't get the word out. It can be said that he's even a little bit better than Chase Edmonds. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to being elusive and being able to hit different pockets or whatever. So the way that we played Henry, we couldn't play them the same way that we played Dalvin Cook. So they had to back off, because at first, initially, we were being aggressive. And that's what caused us to basically, blow us covering. What receiver was it? Byron Murphy?
Yeah, probably Thielen, Jefferson, or Osborne. Those are their receivers.
Yeah. So that caused us to basically give them a run where they only ran 2 plays and they scored right off the rip. So Vance Joseph had to dial it back and be like, well, we cannot play him the same way that we played Henry. So, and then in my opinion, they did what they could do with what they had. Our front 7, very, very good. You can say our DBs are suspect, but Byron Murphy, I believe in him. Marco Wilson, he's showing a lot. Hopefully his injury doesn't leave him off the field for an extended period of time. Right. And Robert Alford, he's been showing up so far, so good. So as long as our front 7 are playing well, it'll take some of that extra stress off the DBs, and we will be able to protect regular. But at the same time, like how what's the other linebacker that's in the middle?
For us, right? We got Hicks, Simmons, or Zayvon Collins.
Like Hicks said, it's all about complementary football. So when one falls off, the other one has to pick up.
Oh yeah.
And that was evident in that last game. When the offense sputtered and fell off, the defense picked it up. And they made stops when necessary. When the defense fell off, that's when the offense lit up and they did what they had to do. So it's a give and take thing. And sometimes I get frustrated with us as fans. I'm like, you got to give people a chance. And I know I get mad too, because I even threw down my hat before we lost. I was at work. I was at the fire station. I was like, God damn it. But yeah, at the end of the day, Red Sea, y'all keep y'all head up. I think we are going to the playoffs this year, long as the offense stay mainly healthy and the linebackers stay healthy. I think we got a very good chance to make it to the playoffs.
Perfect. Awesome, brother. Thank you so very much, man. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
All right.
Later, man. Awesome. Perfect. And I think you said that beautifully, honestly. I think that we were playing aggressive because we were thinking in the minds of like, hey, we stopped Henry. This is how we did stop Henry before. But you're right. Dalvin Cook is a different beast. He's shiftier. Yeah, he's, shorter. But I mean, in terms of shorter, I don't mean like, oh my God, but he's obviously a different type of running back than he is. He's a lot shiftier. He's a lot more explosive. Legit, if our line goes this way, he can do a quick cut and he'll make you pay 10 yards, 11 yards. And I think that's something that we did see this game. So beautifully said, man. Beautifully said. Guys, this is a call-in show. If you guys want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube and give us your opinion on what's going on, there is a link that's pinned on the top of the chat. All you need to do is click on the link and you should be able to jump through. Yes, appreciate everybody for sticking through, and happy Victory Monday. Let me get my guy Seth Carpenter up here right now. Seth, can you hear me? Talk to me. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I can imagine this like they were on a 37-yard field goal, but he missed it on the side, man. I was so happy.
100%, man. It kind of reminds you a little bit of last year, right? Where we're missing field goals left and right.
Yes, with St. Gonzalez, he wasn't even a great kicker, man. It's like, how come you miss these games? And I feel like I was bloating. Like, how come does St. Gonzalez he doesn't even think about himself.
All right. Perfect. Let me ask you a question, man. Are you worried about our pass rush, or do you think, hey, we'll pick it up? Chandler Jones will be a beast next week. How are you feeling about our pass rush?
Well, with our pass rush, it's about the same, but with Chandler Jones, if he keeps up what he's doing, then he could go after any quarterback, kind of like what we did last week. But for this week, if we keep that same positive for the rest of the season, I'll be so stoked, and that will make us through the playoffs.
Love it. I think the whole Red Sea would love a 3-0 start, right? Can you imagine 3-0 start? Woo! It's been a while. All right, Seth, man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so very much for coming on. Any last words?
I'm so prepared for the Jaguars game, but we'll see how that goes. But with Trevor Lawrence, he's kind of okay, but every time he turns it over, it feels like he's not ready. But I think we're going to come up with a big victory on the road, but we'll see from there. But go Cardinals.
Love it. All right, man. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day, okay? Peace out. All right, man. That was our boy Seth Carpenter, man. Thank you so very much for coming through. Yeah, man. I think that we're all kind of, I get the level of concern. I get it. And especially because we've seen some things that was night and day from, the Titans game to this game. But this is the type of stuff, and this is what brings our football season and our football fandom together, because we'll see different stuff every single week. And I think my guy, the Carolina Crones said it best. Dalvin Cook and I was gonna say Mark Henry, Derrick Henry are two different freaking beasts of a wide running back. They are. And I do think that we had that mentality of, hey, you see them go over to the left, or everybody's going to go to the left. But the difference between Dalvin Cook and Henry is that Dalvin Cook can legit shift real quick and he'll make you pay. And I think that's probably one of the things that we were struggling with in the beginning of the first half. I do think we cleaned it up. I think we cleaned it up in the second half. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I did get a super chat here a lot earlier, and I completely apologize, my guy. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Dylan Peterson, thank you so very much for the super chat. And he says, let me actually get you the Betty White dad here real quick before.
Got him.
Thank you so very much for the super chat, man. Let me get that. There's the dad for you, man. Thank you so very much. It says, Kliff said Marco and Beachum are day to day. Thank you, man. So in case you want any updates, I know Twitter, there was an update from Beachum and Marco, and they did say that they are day to day. So I think we're good. Hopefully positivity from here on out, and hopefully we can get our young fourth-round cornerback back on the field. If he needs a little bit more time, I do think that Hamilton did a very good job in place. I mean, I think he did a good job. Maybe not very, very good, but I do think he did a good enough job to kind of help us out. The bridge, Antonio Hamilton is the guy. He ended up getting 4 tackles. Obviously, no interceptions or anything like that, but I think he did a fairly decent job. So appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so very much. This is a live in call show, guys. If you guys want to come through, the link is pinned in the top of this chat. Click on the link and you should be able to come through. So everybody that's there, come on through. This show is going to be for you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say, because at the end of the day, this is Victory Monday, and we should be holding our heads up high. This is a exciting time to come into the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, man. Yes. Hudson, I see you, man. So the link is actually pinned at the top of the chat. If you do want to come on, if you're still in the chat, come on through. Link is pinned. All right, try to get some more guests on right now. Usually how I did things is a little different. I used to just send you guys some links and you guys used to come on through. But hey, if you guys want to come on through, the link is at the top of the chat. Just click on it and you should be able to come in. We're having a good old time today, though. It's a Victory Monday for everybody. Deontay Rose, he came back again. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming back. Says Skull fans here again. GG. I have flashbacks of Blair Walsh after the game. GG, hard fought. Rondale Moore is a beast. Hopefully you guys can beat the Jags and Chase Edmonds can go off because I have him on fantasy. Love it. Love it. Yeah, man, I agree. Thank you so very much for being a very respectful fan in terms of the team that we end up playing, because you don't get a lot of those people coming through. You really don't. You get a lot of people that come in and talk all sorts of craziness, like we should have done this, we should have done that type of stuff. But I think at the end of the day, by week 5, we won't be talking about that we got lucky. We're going to be talking about this one really helped us get into the playoffs. So got my next guy, Hudson, coming up. Let me get him on. Hudson, you are live. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you like an angel, man. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. The Cardinals game was a nail biter. I feel like being a Cardinals fan is just like always pounding with my heart. My chest is always out of there. But I thought we played pretty good. Kyler still has some things to work on, I have to say. But for the most part, I think they played great. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. I'm really excited for the NFC West matchup. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Oh, me and you both, man. Me and you both. How are you feeling about the pass rush and that we only got him down once? Does that make you fearful at all?
Yeah, I was noticing that too. Chandler Jones is again there, but I really just think the Vikings match up very well against us. Like I think like our line and our DBs, so I feel like they have a really good receivers, obviously with Jefferson and Thielen, and they also have a really good pass rush with Hunter and the other guys. So I feel like specifically against the Vikings, we don't really match up well against them. But I think we played great.
Yeah, I agree, man. That's actually beautifully said, man. That's something I didn't talk about, but I agree with you with teams playing us a certain way. I 100% agree with you. They always fight us really, really tough. And I think the last 20 years, they've actually had the edge up on the Arizona Cardinals. So I have a couple people in the chat saying, hope you're not ditching, but I appreciate the
I just got off class actually, and I was like, you know what, might as well join the live.
Let's go. Appreciate you, man. You gotta love it. Thank you so very much, man. Have a great day. Okay.
Yeah, you too. Go Cards.
Peace. Let's go. Awesome, man. That was our guy, Hudson. He's been on this channel for a very long time, over a year. So I definitely do appreciate you coming on here and giving us your thoughts, because I think this is probably one of the best things to kind of come in here and have a live game, a live talk show, because bottom line, man, my opinion is my opinion. But I think in the truth of the matter is that we need to celebrate together. This is Victory Monday, right? This is Victory Monday. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. I do have somebody in the background. I believe the name is Chandler, but I don't think that your device is completely 100% connected. So if you are still in the chat, just keep that in mind. Attach your device and you should be able to come through. But I do see you in the background. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. Spencer76, this is my stepson, came 300 miles to see the Cardinals. Awesome time, awesome win. Love it. That's beautifully, man. That's beautiful. That's awesome. And I think that's one of the best parts of football season, where, it's a family time. It is family time, especially when people live, 300, 400 miles away, that they can make the effort to either go to the game with you or watch it on Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. No Life Guy says, gotta love a respectful Vikings fan in Dante Rose. No, 100% agree, man. 100% agree. We don't get those very often, so I definitely would, shout him out and give him kudos where kudos belongs. So let's keep on reading into the comments here. We got King J-Rock says, my sister was at the game. Awesome. Hopefully she had a very, very good time, because, hey, I saw the Red Sea, man. I saw the Red Sea that they got hyped up. They got super, super excited because they should. They should. All right, keep coming through, everybody. If you do want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, there is a link that's pinned at the top of this chat. Just click on the link and you should be able to come on. Make sure that you do connect your device, or you're not able to come on, because I do have my guy Chandler in the background, but it's saying that his device is not connected, so I can't really add him in. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Lindo says, imagine what have DK and not Isabella. Kime should be fired just for that fact. Well, hey, man, I think the whole Rondale Moore draft pick. I think a lot of people aren't really talking about, the Isabella to the DK Metcalf anymore. I think if we can get Rondale Moore to work out the way that we've seen him work out this last game, I think sky's the limit, man. I really do. I think he's going to be that player that we wanted Andy Isabella to be. That's the type of player that we see within Rondale Moore. So a lot of good things ahead. So I'm really, really excited here. Let's go. We got Raphael with the 20 bomb. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. Let me get you the Betty White dab.
Got him! Got him!
Thank you so very much for the $20 donation. Ladies and gentlemen, just keep in mind, this is a live call-in show. If you guys want to come on, it is pinned at the top of the chat. Just click on the link and you should be able to go to a website called StreamYard and just come on through. So my guy Raphael says, as a Kyler's biggest critic, arguably, the gotta say he looks so different this year. Last year's team adjusted to him, but this year they adjusted to him. Only now he stays up one ahead of them. Very excited for him. Perfect. Awesome. And I think that's definitely something that we need to be able to say, yeah, I agree, man. Kyler looks different this year. He really does. I see difference in the way Kyler is playing, difference in the way that he's leading this team. Now, I do think that Kyler Murray is the leader that he leads by example. And I think that's prime suspect number one. He is a lead by example type of guy. I don't think he's a rah-rah type of guy, but honestly, if we get this type of production from Kyler Murray, we can see an MVP type of season from Kyler Murray, which, hey, that's all everybody really kind of wants here. We want to take the next step. We want to be playoff contending type of team. And this might be that next step that Kyler Murray is taking. So you're 100% spot on what you're saying here, because towards the end of the season is different than what we're seeing right now. So I completely 100% agree with you. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so very much. Let me just get you that quick dab. Thank you so very much. All right, guys, if you guys do want to come through, like I said, it is pinned at the top of the chat. Come on through. This is a live call-in show. Happy Victory Monday to everybody. Let's get this going. I got my guy AZ Fan going to come on through. Let's get him through. AZ Fan, how are you feeling about this Monday, about the Cardinals? Go.
I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling amazing. It was an amazing win, It was an ugly win, but hey, a win is a win, right?
Yeah, 100% agree, man. A win is a win. Any concern about defense, or do you want to talk about Rondale Moore? The floor is yours.
I mean, what I really saw was that right side of the O-line, it was getting beat pretty bad. I still think we need to go pick up some O-linemen and get some help, because if we don't, we're going to have the same problem as last year and our quarterback get hurt. For the defensive part, Mike Shanahan said it best. I will never accept in a loss what I accept in a win. So, I mean,
yeah, that's great, man. Honestly, the way that this game played out it was actually a lot different than I thought it was going to. I thought the pressure was going to be more on Kirk Cousins than it was on Kyler, and it was completely opposite. But So obviously, I don't want to jump into the Jaguars game right now. I think we have a lot to kind of look forward to with this game here being 2-0. But man, talk to me about Rondale Moore. When we drafted him, were you happy about it? Were you not happy about it? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I was probably a person that was like, oh God, here goes Isabella type of stuff. But I was proven wrong, and I'm happy that I was.
Man, I was pretty skeptical at first, because you know what they say. He was pretty injury prone in college. They say if you're injury prone in college, you're most likely going to be injury prone in football, and that's yet to be that's happened with every single college player that I've seen has been injury prone in college, been injury prone in football. But let's just see, through time will tell. And he's serving as an asset, and if we use him to the best of his ability, we will have a player.
Yeah, I agree, man. Absolutely agree. Max Williams, man. We had a game on Max Williams. This guy had, what was it? I believe it was like 94 yards, 7 receptions. If we can get that production from him every game, imagine how good our offense is going to be.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Look at the best teams right now, Kansas City, Darren Waller, all those teams that implement their tight end, their passing game, they're having success, and they don't really see us as a tight end type of team. And if we can implement our tight end in our offense, I think our offense just gets even 2 or 3 times better just because we have that, threat. They have to worry about him. Is he going to block? Is he going to pass? Or, that they can have those end zone type of plays with like Gronk and Tom Brady, fake block and then run up the middle and throw it right down the stream. So more touchdowns for sure and more passing yards. That means more wins.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you for being on here. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Go Cardinals.
All right, perfect. All right, man. Everybody enjoy your Victory Monday because let's be this is a beautiful time right now. This is a beautiful time being 2-0. There's not very many teams that are 2-0 right now. But let me read a few comments here right now. We got my guy Daniel saying we needed adversity and we got it and we won. If this was last year, we would have lost that game. This team is different. We are matured. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, man, we needed adversity. And I'm a firm believer of we learn a lot from our losses. We learn a lot from our losses. And this was kind of one of those where, yes, we didn't lose, but we also got lucky. We got lucky in this win, but I do hope that we can learn from what happened today because, hey, sky is the limit, man. Like my guy AZ fan said, if we could implement our tight ends, we see it with the best offenses out in NFL with Kelsey, with Andrews, with Waller, those type of teams that implement their tight ends. Sky's the limit, man, because that just adds another form of threat to our offense. Big shout out to my guy Seth Carpenter coming up clutch says, hey, Mike, I think our defensive line had positive energy, and for our offensive line, we needed to stay healthy. Also, I think we'll be 12-5. Wow. Okay, man. Let me get you the Betty White.
Got him.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for that. Yeah, I think for the most part, our defensive line had a mediocre game, but just because they had a mediocre game doesn't mean that they're not great, doesn't mean that they're not good. I do think that it was one of those situations where we needed one of these because let's be honest, we were on the opposite side of these type of wins last year. We were on the losing side of these type of wins last year. And the NFL, there's a lot of, these type of games where you're going to get either good or it's going to be bad for you, just either way. So I'm absolutely super excited about it. I think the Arizona Cardinals are a really good team and matured is probably the best way to put it because we do look like a different team. Kyler Murray looks like he is a player that has learned from what happened last year and it's taking that extra step. So gotta love it. Gotta love what we've seen here. Let's take it to the comments here. We have my guy, is it Abido? Hopefully I didn't butcher that, 777. It says, next week, Kyler throws 3 touchdowns without running around and no interceptions. Our secondary should intercept Trevor at least 2 times and sack him at least 2 to 3 times. Well, hopefully, that would be amazing. But we'll see. We will see what happens here. Appreciate everybody for coming through. If you guys do want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Come on through and we will be able to get you on here. We want to hear what you guys have to say. How are you guys feeling on this Monday morning about the Arizona Cardinals not being 2-0, man? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Javier, what's up, man? Says the game against the Rams is going to be the game I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a good test in how this team is doing. Beautifully said, man. Beautifully said. I think this game coming up against the Jaguars, although we should not overlook this team, but it's going to be those teams that we should be taking care of our business. But you're right. Week 4 against the Rams is a big, tall task to see what happens. Against the Rams because they're a good team too, especially with Matthew Stafford. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. Jordan P, what's up, message? We got punch in the mouth. Now let's see how we respond the next 2 weeks. Love it. Gotta love it. Absolutely. Definitely do me a big favor. If you guys have not yet already, smash that like button and subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. We are trying to get to that. Right now, we are sitting with 34 likes on this, and we have 90 people in here right now. Sheesh. The disrespect. Go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube if you have not yet already. Come on through. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. Haley says, hi. What's up? Thanks for being here. YouTube Jaguar says, Jags is a good team for defense to pick up the momentum. All right. Dwight Pittman says, we lost that game. I believe that our defense should have come in angry and embarrassed for the performance. And moving forward, when we are famished, we are a better team. Okay, so I see what you're saying. So we all thought that our defense was going to wreak havoc. We really did. We saw what happened with the Titans, and we thought that this was going to translate. But it might have been one of those things where we were just kind of drinking our own Kool-Aid. And that might have been what it is, or maybe just the offensive line was just better than our defensive line for that game. I have seen the Vikings look very, very good against our team, regardless if they're 0-2, regardless if they're a losing franchise. They always play us very hard, and it's all due to matchups. And I do think that they had the upper hand this last game. We only had one sack, and that's from Marcus Golden, which concerning maybe, but next week we have another chance to get some more sacks going. So I'm not worried about it. Supreme, what's going on, Supreme? He says, been a fan and subscriber for a minute now. Keep up the good work, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. Let's keep on reading on here. Jacob says, yo, hey, what's up, man? Jacob, it's been a long hot second since I've seen you, man. Thanks for coming through. Haley says, I was surprised D-Hop didn't get more yards. Was it Patrick Peterson? Great question. Honestly, I don't know. I know a lot of people were kind of upset with the whole DeAndre Hopkins not really getting a lot of looks in the second half, but I think it's very important to also get our team to not so much depend on DeAndre Hopkins. And I think we had a very, very good showing this game because we have other wide receivers that we can be throwing to, AJ Green, Rondale Moore, Christian Kirk. So yes, I think there was some negativity being that we didn't have him being targeted very much in like the second half, but I think it was also kind of a blessing in disguise because I think that our offense can really hit their stride, especially Max Williams kind of showed up as well. It was really good to see that we can now spread it around and not so much depend on DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, obviously, if you have DeAndre Hopkins for your fantasy football league, it's different. It's absolutely different. You wanted to make sure that he was, getting all those yards he possibly could get, but I loved it. I loved that our offense was spread around through everybody out there. I think it was important that we had this showing on tape because now a defensive coordinator is going to be able to be like, whoa, well now what we're going to do? Their number one person, DeAndre Hopkins, only had what he got, like 30-something yards, I believe it was. Oh, 54 yards. 54 yards, 4 receptions, and a touchdown. But hey, look at Rondale Moore. Hey, look at Christian Kirk. Hey, look at AJ Green. Max Williams. We got a lot to look forward to. And I think that once we spread this around, we'll be good. We definitely will be good. All right, let's keep on reading to the comments here. Jacob says, yo, bro, I've been in one of your... Yeah, man. Oh, I remember you, Jacob. No, you're good, man. I remember you. Yeah, man. You've been here for a hot minute. It's probably the very first year you've been here. I just haven't seen you in a very long time. I'm happy that you're doing good. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Jacob. Let's keep on reading to a few questions here. We're going to keep reading a few questions before we end this live stream. We're probably going to go for an extra 5 minutes. So we'll keep reading questions here. We had a good question here. So we have a question from Germany. Awesome. Thanks for being here. It says, which NFL team has the fewest fans? Because I feel like I'm the only Cardinals fan in my country. Well, honestly, maybe... Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because I know just depending on success, the Arizona Cardinals is not a big market team. But we have a good following here in Arizona or in Phoenix just in general. But we also are what I call a transplant state where there's a lot of different fans from everywhere that comes and floods over to, the state of Arizona because we don't have natural disasters. We don't have a lot of things really going here. So we have a lot of people coming in here and our winters are wonderful. Our winters are absolutely amazing. So people come over here and they spend their winters over here. So they bring their teams, they bring the Green Bay Packers, they bring the Chicago Bears, they bring a lot of different stuff. But I think we have an awesome following here. And especially with Kyler Murray really igniting our offense and really taking the next step, I wouldn't be surprised that a lot more people is going to jump into the bandwagon and come in like say, hey, been a Cardinals fan all my life. But hey, that's completely cool. I'm not one to say don't. Because, hey, if you're from Arizona or if you want to come on through, no worries. There's always some applications ready to come. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. Oh, let's see here. Supreme, spread the word, Germany, and the nest can never be too big. Love it, man. Love it. I actually think there's a Cardinals Germany page on Instagram. Oh, didn't know that. Oh, good to know. There you go. Kiro says, question. I'm here late, but have you talked about the trade for a CB midseason? As of right now, I have not talked about it. I probably won't talk about it as of right now. I think we're going to keep what we have right now. If it gets bad, if we have another showing like Kirk Cousins had again, we might talk about it in the next few weeks. I'm just going to go ahead and say it was an anomaly. I'm going to go ahead and say that our defensive line had an off game, and hopefully we rebound next week. So I won't push the panic button so far because I know in the Titans game we did a very good job in terms of cornerbacks. So I'm just going to not talk about it as of right now until it gets really, really bad. Let's keep on reading through the comments here. Gus Johnson calling our next game. We love to see it. Jacob says, we need Richard Sherman. Please sign him every time he's been at Super Bowl. That's fair. That's fair. I know there's a lot of people off and on about Richard Sherman. I probably should put a poll up about that to see where everybody gauge on that, to see if they do want Richard Sherman or not. I know he's had a lot of issues off the field, so we'll see. We'll see what the Red Sea says. All right, let's keep on reading to the comments here. All right, thank you very much for responding. I would love to see. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Appreciate you. All right, we will be ending our live stream here. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. We have 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes before we end the live stream, or 2.5 more minutes before we end the live stream. Give me your best comments. Give me, what you ate during the NFL game. Tell me what you feel right now with emojis in the chat below. Go ahead and let's say make sure we flood it, and let's see where we can go from there. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're 2-0. We're a 2-0 team right now, and I'm absolutely super excited. We can be great. We just need to continue to bring this intensity. We need to continue to bring this this type of feeling for our Arizona Cardinals moving forward. And hey, man, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for this Arizona Cardinal team. So next week we got the Jaguars. We will be having a preview tomorrow in the morning, most likely at 11 a.m. drop. It's going to be out, so definitely make sure you check out that. I'll give you the 3 keys to success, give you the key matchups that I'm looking forward to, as well as things to look out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great rest of your Victory Monday. It was an absolute fun hanging out with you guys. Thank you so very much for being here. Hashtag Rally the Valley. I see you, Kev, down there. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and go Cards.